a rector who graduated from this college. He became the vice principal for a long duration and taken the mantle of this college as the rector. And he is none other than our beloved rector, Reverend Dr. Bernard Prakash. He is amidst us. Father, your presence is a blessing to us. Now, if you are new to the institution, he is there for the last 5 years, and what you see here, a beautiful environment, the greenery, and the academic excellence. He has seen it, it reaches its goal, and we could see a vertical growth in the academic excellence of the college. It is, as I said, it is a blessing because he sat on the same benches where you are sitting now, in the sense in the classrooms. That is what we call as the legacy of the college, and I appreciate and thank him for supporting us to organize this program. And when we met him and discussed him about the program, he never asked who is the chief guest, who is the invitees, for the resource person, and who are the people. He said, go ahead. Father, we thank you, and also it is our duty bound to extend a warm welcome to you. Welcome you, Father. We have amidst us Dr. Alphonsus D'Souza, the vibrant principal. He was my colleague in the Department of Chemistry. We worked together for a long time. He has a doctorate and published a quality research paper in various international journals. He has taken over as the principal just 1 year back, and he has put on many things which academically vibrant, like introducing now the biggest challenge he had, it was introduction of the national education policy, and he has successfully implemented, and he has brought lots of innovation in the administration and admissions of the students. On this occasion, sir, we extend a warm welcome to you. I have a third alumnus on the stage. He is none other than our IQAC coordinator who is heading the library. He is Ronald Prakash Kotino. His initial education he had in the PHILOMENA'S college, and later his completion of the higher studies. He joined back the institution as head of the library, and at present for the past few days he is working as a IQAC coordinator. A IQAC coordinator is the heart and the brain of the college. When the heart and the brain functions together, things could be achieved. And during his tenure as the IQAC coordinator, he has brought lots of innovations, both in teaching and evaluation, and is always available for guiding the teachers how to collect the data and how you draft it to fit into a IQAR. He is an expert. He has the proficiency on all the academic matters, and he is well versed in all the details of all the criteria of the NAC, and also he is consulted as a consultant for various colleges in preparing them for the NAC, particularly the self-study report. Sir, we are delighted, and it is our privilege to be with us because you are also a part and parcel of our PG as an IQAC coordinator, and also heading the library, central library, where we have an extension center at our PG center. So your cooperation, your support, we always look for. We have already, but we would have in the future also. It is my privilege to have you with us here, and also my privilege to welcome you, sir, for this program. Welcome you, sir. PG programs were started in the year 2008, a long history with chemistry and bio and MSW, Master of Social Work. After the university, ours is the only one. Ours is the college started first a social work. First, we had a social work as a subject. Later, we have BSW, that is Bachelor of Social Work, and it was elevated to MSW in the year 2008. She joined the college in the year 2007 and still she is continuing. She is the dean for Postgraduate Studies Research Center. She is representing all the PG departments. The madam is well recognized for her work, particularly in the social work field. She is well received in the society as a advisor, as a resource person, and as a academic leader. Under her leadership, the MSW department is the first one to award the research center recognition, and they have two recognized guides in the department, and under her there are 6 PhD students. It is a great privilege for the college and also for the research center having a dynamic dean who has shown or has carried the research vertically and with several publications. Madam, you are heartily welcome to this program. I have my colleagues over here and the brand ambassadors of this college. You can look at into our 3 dignitaries on the stage in the dais. They are excelled in their various profession. We have among them the senior most. We have invited him as the chief guest. Done a yeoman's service to the society, particularly the country, by becoming an officer, an administrator, and promoted the distance education, which has improved the gross enrollment index of the country. And as you are aware, any country, the status of education is measured by gross enrollment index. And we have a dynamic rector here. He too was a alumnus of the college. And you are just a month back, you entered the portal of the St. Philomena's College. It may not take long time to see, if you have gone one round in the college campus, the beautiful greenery, the well maintained, the corridors, everything. It is a lesson to us how we have to behave in this college campus. Then we have a dynamic, another alumnus of the college, that is our library, our head of the library and all IQSC. Even though he had plenty of work in the library, he always shows the interest in the academic matters. That is what we define the life, the legacy of our Philomena's College. As I said, you are ambassadors. Some of you may be our own students in the undergraduate level. But lots of responsibility you are having it to lift your academic standard and represent the college like how the dignitaries on the days doing it to the society, and your love, compassion, and the maturity to show thought and action should continue. And it is our wish, our dream that One day you will enter the portal of this college as maybe as a assistant professor, or maybe a professor, or maybe a vice chancellor like what you see here today. We look for those days, and we have a dream to become university. It may not happen in our time, definitely it would happen in your time. With that, I thank all of you, our dignitaries, our students, assembling here, joining here for us for this beautiful orientation program. I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that delightful welcome and setting the tone right, not only for this program, but for the 2 years that the freshers are there in this campus. But we will be failing our duty if we don't welcome a person who supports all of us in all our endeavors, in all our activities, who is anchoring the PG Studies and Research Centers with utmost zeal, Professor Othbert Pinto. We heartily welcome you, sir. I now take the opportunity to invite Ms. Lydia Vandana, Head of the Department of Biochemistry, to introduce the chief guest of the day.
Good morning, one and all present here. I, Lydia Vandana, from the PG Department of Biochemistry, profusely overjoyed to take this opportunity to introduce our honorable chief guest, a renowned and a highly respected name in the field of higher and distance education throughout India and abroad, who is none other than Professor N.S. Ramegowda, the former Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University and a proud alumnus of our college, who is presently serving as the Chief Executive Officer at Adichunchanagiri University. Sir was born in a farmer's family at Nagvanalli, a village in Mandya district, on 15th November 1941. He had his early education in Kanakapura Taluk and joined St. Philomena's College to pursue his BSc from 1959 to 1962. Later, he joined Manasa Gangotri to do his post-graduation in chemistry, followed by PhD from Jodhpur University. He started his career as a teacher in a rural college, Kanakapura, near Bangalore. With his hard work, he rose to his positions of reader, professor, principal, and served the university as a member of syndicate as well as member of Senate. Later, Sir served IGNOU as a regional director at Bangalore and a director at head office in New Delhi. He has made commendable contributions in the area of open and distance learning and pioneer in framing policies, rules and regulation, guidelines in formulating syllabus and content creation. His rich experience in this area made him to take up the responsibility of Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, Mysuru. Under his dynamic guidance and stewardship, Karnataka State Open University became not only one of the coveted universities in India, but also one of the richest among the universities in India. He established KSOU to the international standards. He has served in the board of UGC, IGNOU, AICTE, and other committees of Government of Karnataka. He is a recipient of many awards from various universities, governments, and NGOs. After his retirement, several deemed universities have utilized his vast knowledge in higher and distance education. A felicitation volume by name Proud Performer was released on his 70th birthday in honor of his documenting his valuable services, contributions, and outstanding achievements in the field of higher and distance education. We are really thankful to you, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule and to be present in this esteemed function. Indeed, your presence brings a true inspiration to all of us. Please, all of you, put your hands together in welcoming Sir to deliver the inaugural address. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Professor N.S. Ramegowda, sir, to please come over and deliver the inaugural address. We are very keen to listen to the virtues of knowledge from your experiences, sir.
I am not opening any thesis. Don't be afraid that I would speak to you for a very long time. No, a small note I have brought, that's all. Yeah. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, let me express my thankfulness and gratefulness to St. Philomena's College, from where I graduated in 1960s. I would like to remember some of the teachers who taught me then. It was 1960, now it is 60 years over. Remembering what has happened 60 years ago is a very difficult task for a person whose age is more than 80 years. At least some memory is still strong, thereby I am able to recollect what has happened earlier. Anyway, when I joined for BSc here in 1959 to 62 from the chemistry department, Professor Narayan Rao was the head of the department. I was taught by one Professor Syed Ali. I have a lot of respect for him. In fact, I was going for tuition with him for chemistry. I learned a lot of good chemistry from him. He remained a bachelor, a great soul, doctor. Then there was one Srinivas Murthy was there in the department of chemistry, and quite a number of them. So chemistry was my pet subject. Coming to the physics department, there was a gigantic person, Professor Seshadri. Looking at him was a great pleasure. He was looking like a sportsman, big man. Then Shankar Narayana was there, Vishwanath was there, Professor Naidu was there, who later became professor in Manasa Gangotri. And in mathematics, I remember Professor Fernandez, Professor Vishwanathan, Ashwath Narayan, and many others. Coming to the language side, we had one Professor Krishnamurthy in Kannada, Professor Krishnappa in Kannada, and in English, a giant, Gopala Krishna Adiga, a big name in the field of Sahitya, Professor of English. So likewise, number of teachers I still remember. Then I was also in the hostel for 1 year, and the kind of discipline I learned when I became the lecturer at Kanakpura College, they made me the warden of the hostel because of the experience I had here. So all these coming to my mind, I feel extremely happy. And let me also share with you, in my academic career, the degree performance was the best in my life. The degree performance was the best in life. But later at the postgraduate level, not much merit I could achieve. But later I got my PhD. And let me share with some of the teachers who are here, merit alone doesn't count. Merit is one face of the coin. The other face of the coin is performance. The combination of merit and performance would take you to a great height. Probably in my life, the performance I did at the various levels, even though I had not planned to become a principal, I did not plan to become a vice chancellor, it happened. It happened, and most of the time I say, it all happened accidentally, not planned at all. Anyway, I gratefully remember Philomena's College for all these great background I had. Now, while introducing Sir, Professor Pinto Sir made a very good welcome speech. I thank him. And I have been introduced to Rector Sir, and I have also been introduced to the Principal of the College, Professor D'Souza, the chemistry person, and Professor Coutinho. Professor Coutinho. Because I have another friend, Coutinho. He was Vice Chancellor of Gulbarga University, a law professor. So when you were talking about IQAC, I remember one or two things came to my memory. See, I think you got A grade for the St. Philomena's College. It's a great success. And every year you submit the annual report based upon the recommendation made by them in the report. I doubt whether this NAC would send you any feedback on the yearly report you send. Any feedback on the yearly report? It must be happening recently. Otherwise, the present chancellor, the director, I wrote him saying, why are you taking the annual report but keeping them in a corner, not giving any reaction to it? Maybe later something of that kind has happened. So what I mean is, whenever you take a report, you are also supposed to react on it, the good part of it, the lacuna part of it, things like that. And that was a IQAC. And another reference was made about distance education. I will have to speak on distance education. Let me not divert toward distance education, forgetting the purpose for which I have been invited. Now, the students have been first year MA, MSc, MCom students have joined for St. Philomena's College. The purpose of this orientation is to acquaint you with the academic ambience available here, the library facilities available here, the faculty members that are available here, and over and above, the system of running first year degree, first year postgraduate degree, and the second year postgraduate degree. And I could go through the agenda for the 2 days. Some special talks also have been arranged, in which you will be exposed to many of these things as to what they normally do in the first year and the second year. But in the induction meeting, we also call it as induction meeting, we provide the student, I don't know what is the practice here, we provide the student the syllabus for both the years. The timetable may be monthly timetable or a quarterly timetable. And the teachers are going to be introduced. And some study materials are also provided normally. The textbook and other books that you normally refer, we are very familiar with the classroom notes given by a teacher in the classroom. So likewise, the teachers also prepare some kind of notes. They may become very popular later also. And such notes are also available. And in these days, while teaching, learning and evaluation, multimedia process is done. You will be given the print media, and you are also provided with electronic media like cassettes, audio cassettes and video cassettes. The combination of all these things, and there are quite a number of other things which I made a notes of it. I do not want to dwell much on that. Now, coming to the Mysuru University, you are attached to the Mysuru University is your what is that? Parent university. You have all independent of preparing the curriculum, teaching, learning, evaluation, everything. Finally, the degree is given by the university. And I went through the postgraduate programs of Mysuru University guidelines, how the lecture programs are done, how the three components of lecture, practicals, and projects and several things, a timetable is being given, which the Mysuru University guidelines probably you would follow. Now the question is national education policy. Whether national education policy is applicable to you. National education policy to NEP 2020, now 1 year is over. The government of Karnataka is very enthusiastic in introducing NEP. Now, what is the position of postgraduate programs under NEP is the question now. To my mind, they are all busy, all universities are busy in preparing curriculum for the 4-year degree course. 4-year degree course. In fact, there have been comments by various experts that Karnataka government has been in a hurry to implement NEP. Much more thoughts would have been gone into it while allowing the new syllabus to come into being. Because preparing a multidisciplinary syllabus is not easy. You have to, the board of studies in various colleges and universities, you will have to work hard to prepare a multidisciplinary syllabus. It is not easy. The other day, Professor Pinto was talking to me at my house. In the postgraduate department also, recently they have, curriculum has been revised. And preparing a revised curriculum is a very tough task. And in fact, I have a basic question on this curriculum, which again, I do not want to prolong it further, because whatever curriculum that we study in the classroom, it must have some impact on the society. Whether it is chemistry, or it is social science, or commerce and management, the curriculum, what is being taught in the classroom, must have some implication, some relation to what is happening in the society. What is happening in the society means there are cultural things are happening, economical things are happening, things related to health is happening, industry is happening, a variety of things are happening in the society. Whether what is taught in the classroom through the syllabus, has it got any relevance to the societal issues? This is a big issue in the field of education, higher education, which is not very much related to between the two. So therefore, if it is not reflecting the societal problem, then you have to change the curriculum. Otherwise, keeping the same curriculum which doesn't help the student to face the society later, what is the purpose of such curriculum? Anyway, curriculum change is a very big process. Now I was trying to say what is the impact of NEP on postgraduate courses. In the 4-year degree course, first year syllabus has been formulated by various universities. I remember, I went through some of these curriculum. In fact, it is not fully prepared. 1 year is over, we are in the 2nd year. And the student, I don't know the position in the PHILOMENA'S college at the 4-year degree level as to how they select the main subject, how they select the languages, how they select the vocational subject, then moral related subject, leading to some 24 credits. 24 credits in the first semester, 25 credits in the 7th year, total some 90 credits they have to take in the 4 years. And again, even though it is not very much concerned with you because you have already passed your degree, postgraduate program with NEP, I doubt it may not come into force for another 2-3 years. Unless the bachelor's degree of 4 years come for 4 years, then only they would think of revising or preparing the curriculum and other related things for the postgraduate courses. Otherwise, whatever postgraduate courses now you have continue to be the same postgraduate program. NEP has no impact. This is my view. It has no impact on postgraduate courses. Then coming to the credits that you earn, you're in the credit system. CBCS system you have been following, choice-based credit system. There you are supposed to take some 96 credits, and University Grants Commission has allowed the students to acquire credits through online also. Through the UGC, I don't know how many students are aware of it, there is what is called Swayam platform that University Grants Commission has provided. Now various programs whose curriculum is prepared and the notes are all appearing in the Swayam platform of UGC. Then you take up those courses, you register for these courses. The facilities available in the PHILOMENA'S college, I'm sure, would be available. You take those courses, then appear for the examination online. All these things, facilities are available. Thereby, 40% of the total credits in a year can be acquired through online. The remaining 60% can be through your offline interaction with the students, timetable, curriculum, etc. So that you must keep in mind. And that is also applicable to teachers. Even teacher, because teachers are the nucleus of the quality of education in any higher education institution, whether it is a college or a university. So what we have been asking students to do it, we must feel example as that we also take up such courses. In fact, PhD has become a minimum thing for teachers, and NET also has become a minimum thing. Unless one has NET or SET, you will not get the interview at all for the teacher's position. So therefore, getting a teacher position through interviews and qualification is a very tough process. So what we expect the students to do, acquiring 40% certificate or whatever from the UGC, the teachers are also must be aware of it. Then some relation of open and distant learning was spoken. In fact, the so-called online available through University Grants Commission is nothing but an extrapolation of distance education. So distance education I was hearing from Dr. Pinto that they were study centers of Coimbatore University long time back. Now they've been discontinued. All right, you have discontinued for a good thing, because now you also made a reference to GER, gross enrollment ratio. Gross enrollment ratio means the number of students, percentage of students in the age group of 17 to 23 studying higher education. Does any student know what is the percentage of GER in India or in Karnataka? Anybody? GER, gross enrollment ratio. Because these are all things you are required to know, unless you are aware. In fact, I do advise the student, go through the newspaper every day, at least for half an hour or 1 hour. You will get all this information across. Because we believe in the slogan, think globally and act locally. Even though your concentration is to pass the examination, but you must know what is happening nationally, what is happening internationally. So therefore, ODL program, a new, I was referring to the ODL that you were doing earlier, now you have discontinued. But as an institution, you can now start. A new regulation has come from University Grants Commission, which says some 30 amendments have been made to the existing ODL regulation of 2020. Some 30 or 40 amendments have been made. As a result of this amendment, not necessarily you must be a study center of another open university. It's a dual mode university. What is that? Coimbatore University was a dual mode university. Whereas Karnataka State Open University is a single mode university. And you also remember that government of Karnataka has stopped the ODL programs in all dual mode universities and permitted only KSOU to run. But still, unfortunately, the admissions in KSOU, as you have been seeing through the newspaper, is not good, encouraging. So, but in a college like this, you can start open and distant learning program. Because why you want to start open and distant learning program? Because you were, I was telling you GER, in India and Karnataka almost, the GER percentage is about 30% only. Whereas the Western countries, could be America, could be European countries or Australia, the GER is in the order of 60 to 80, meaning that those age group of people in the 17 to 23, to the extent of 80% are in higher education. So therefore, the number of doctors, the number of engineers, the number of social workers, whatever profession you think in the country, 80% of them are taking higher education. Therefore, the country could move in the progress side, on the positive side. Where a country like India, unfortunately, it is still 30%. So there has been a policy on the government of India that by 2035, it has to reach 50%. It has to reach 50%. How does it happen? Only if you were to, depend on only universities. An autonomous college like this can start. I request that the authorities kindly think over, because you are eligible to start distance education, not necessarily depending on any other open university. Because the new amendment says that if your college or the autonomous college is having 3.26 on the 4-point scale, you are eligible to start distance education program without prior approval of the UGC. That is one condition. The other condition is that in the NIRF, where the grading is done in NAC, whereas the ranking is done in NIRF, National Institutional Ranking, and the student must be aware of it. Now teachers also, now and then when they get the opportunity for 10-15 minutes, they must also speak to the student beyond the syllabus, something interesting happening at the nationally and internationally. So therefore, NIRF. Did you go for NIRF now? PHILOMENA'S college? You have gone to NIRF. But under the university category, you are yet to come under 100 number. Are you yet to? But they say under college category, because I have been watching. Are you in 100 in the college category? Doesn't matter. Make an attempt. You are making an attempt in NIRF. In fact, that is my wish. A college where I have studied earlier should also come under NIRF, National Institutional Ranking. And Rector sir was talking to me when I met him in the morning that we are interested in starting a university. Why not? Why not? Now, you know the position of universities in India and in Karnataka? Let me give you a little statistics. In Karnataka, there are as many as 50 and odd universities are there. 50 and odd, number 50 to 53. Which are those universities numbering 50 and odd in Karnataka? About 25 government universities under the state government, including your Mysuru University, Bangalore University, Mangalore University. All these government universities put together, there are 25 in number. Plus, there is another category of universities called, what is that? Deemed to be university. Deemed to be university. There are not many. In Karnataka, there are about dozen of them. Then how many state private universities under the control of the state? Because many teachers, they do ask, what is the difference between a state university, state private university and deemed to be university? Sometimes in distance education also, the correspondence education has become so popular. Whenever we talk of distance education, they simply talk of, oh, is it the same correspondence course? So correspondence course was an old thing. Now it is distance education, no more. So therefore, the three types of universities you must be aware of. One, as I said, government university, numbering about 25 in Karnataka, about dozen deemed to be university. Are there any deemed to be universities in Mysuru city? Any idea? Students? Are there any deemed to be universities in Mysuru? Mysuru proper? Yes, there is one, JSS. JSS university, that has two universities. One state private university running an engineering college exclusively, and the another is a combination of pharmacy, medical, and a few others. They have JSS, deemed to be university, then the state private university of JSS, and one more in Mysore. Any idea? Any idea? Music university. Music university. You have been seeing in the newspaper, you know, that some non-teaching staff have been removed. They are on strike, etc. Because sometimes negative points attract our attention in the newspaper than positive points. So when you say music university, what you can remember is there is some strike going on. That non-teaching people have been removed and they are on strike. So anyway, and one more, 4 universities in Karnataka, Mysore. One is JSS, deemed to be university, another state private university of JSS, the music university in Mysore, and one more, what is that? Karnataka State Open University. Karnataka State Open University. It has completed 25 years ago. So therefore, my request to the authorities is to start ODL, because you need not have to depend on them. One condition you have already fulfilled, you are already a A grade, NAC A grade institution, plus you can also become within 100 under the category of NIRF. Then lot of new things are appearing in the newspaper. University Grants Commission new chairman has come now. He has been making number of announcements. One of the announcements is that all the affiliated colleges in the country will be converted into autonomous colleges by 2035. It is easier said than done. How many colleges, affiliated colleges? Only affiliated colleges are attached to government universities only. Deemed to be universities cannot affiliate colleges. The state private universities cannot affiliate colleges. All affiliated colleges are attached to government universities. The number of colleges in the country, sometime back I had read, now it will be much more, 40,000 affiliated colleges are there. And you have been talking of legacy in your talk. This is a British legacy of affiliated college system in the country. And all national commissions have been arguing for the last 20 years, this affiliation system should go. This affiliation system go. Lot of autonomy to be given to colleges. Therefore, make more and more colleges autonomous, make more and more cluster universities, make more and more deemed to be universities. So likewise, there is a report in 2007 which says a country like India can have 1,500 universities. And as of now, there are only 1,000 universities. There is a scope for another 500 universities according to that report. So in any way, what I am trying to suggest to the authorities is, please start ODL institutions. And ODL institution is ODL programs you can start. They can also apply for NIRF. And you also remember, the grade of the ranking of a university is not limited to India, is not limited to Karnataka. It is worldwide. You must have seen in the newspaper how many Indian universities are in the world list. Again, not many, not maybe 100, 250, 300 level. There are Indian Institute of Science of Bangalore and IITs, IIMs. They are in the 400, 500 range. But to be in the first 10, first 20, because most of these first 10, first 20 universities, world best universities, are in America. Of course, other Asian countries too. So therefore, the idea of a college like PHILOMENA'S should also think of being a part of world list. It's only a wish, but one can try. If all the students, the input of your students must be very good. And today you are students, tomorrow you can become a politician, tomorrow you can become a big academician, and you also think of providing all these facilities for Indian standard. And lastly, which I am trying to share with you, in fact, whenever such inauguration or discussions are held, you listen to the speaker and keep quiet. I am always of the opinion that as it happens in the classroom, there must be an interactive session as it happens in the classroom. Even a speaker like me or anybody who's, I don't know how much time I've already taken, maybe half an hour I must have taken. So after my talking, you must be able to put me questions. If you don't put questions, that means you have not understood what I have said in the last half an hour. Even if it is uncomfortable, doesn't matter. You ask uncomfortable questions also. And beyond what I have said, you can ask questions. So therefore, unless such attitude on the part of student is practiced, you cannot do it in the classroom also. Classroom is no more teacher-centered. Now it is learner-centered classroom. In the learner-centered classroom, the teacher is supposed to know what are the requirements of a teacher. And also every 10 or 15 minutes talking to the student, he raises a few questions so that he understands that his teaching has been understood by the student. So therefore, keeping all these things in mind, at the end of the lecture, I would welcome questions on what I have said all this time. So finally, I express my gratitude and thankfulness to the authorities of PHILOMENA'S College for having invited me for a program like this, and many more such occasions where I can share my experience with you or support you in making a university or any other thing. I am always available to you. I request you to keep my name in your list of invitees, and whenever you feel like calling me for such inputs, you are always welcome. I think I have talked enough, unless there is some. I always remember your Krishna Gowda. Krishna Gowda evokes a lot of interest among audience. Lot of questions are being asked. Even YouTube, you are aware of your Krishna Gowda, ex-principal, who is available on the YouTube. He is a very good speaker, and his speeches have been recorded on the YouTube. And most of your own students, we also listen to it, so understandable. So likewise, lectures are not like YouTube recorded one, unless it is of some value. Anyway, I once again thank all of you, and if rectors are permit, you are permitted to ask me questions on many things. I have said in the field of higher education and what is happening in the postgraduate and the NEP also, National Education Policy. So thank you very much for your patient hearing.
It is open for discussion. If any student have any question, please raise your hand. The mic will be passed on to you. Yes, yes, sir. So reminiscing on path that you have walked, remembering your teachers and dwelling upon the post-graduation and taking us back in time then and beautifully dwelling upon the much discussed national education policy and talking about curriculum and the place of post-graduation, the importance of curriculum in bridging the gap between the society and that of college. You have taken us through a lot many topics and given us your insights, and also, sir, thank you for chalking the path for the futuristic vision for the college. Your stress on interactive classroom is well taken and will be implemented equally well, sir. Thank you for that very insightful talk. Now, before moving on to the next on the agenda, our speakers for the next session, that is soft skills and the new core skill, are here. Mr. Roger Joseph Larshe and Ms. Nikita James, both are from Bangalore. We welcome you for this gathering. As all good things come to an end and give way for the new openings, we have come to the end of this inaugural session. I now invite Dr. Asha MS, Head of the Department of Chemistry, to give vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries on and off the desk, teachers, and my dear students. It is a matter of proud privilege for me that I got an opportunity to thank everyone present here on this wonderful morning. I, on behalf of the management, rector, principal, PG director, dean of the PG department, entire fraternity of St. Philomena's College, students, and my dear colleagues, would like to express our gratitude to Honorable Chief Guest, Professor N.S. Ramegowda, former Vice Chancellor, Karnataka State Open University, Mysuru, who has spared his precious time and shared his knowledgeable thoughts. So, we are greatly encouraged by your gracious presence and massively motivated by inspired talk. I am sure our students will cultivate the suggestions what you give. I request our Rector, Reverend Father Bernard Prakash Barnis, to present the token of appreciation to our Chief Guest, Professor N.S. Ramegowda. Thank you, sir. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our beloved Rector, Reverend Father Bernard Prakash Barnis, for stimulating the vicious cooperative support and encouragement. Your dedication and commitment to our institution inspire us always. Thank you for your gracious presence, Father. Thank you. We feel immeasurable gratification to our respected principal, Dr. Alphonsus de Souza, who is known for his selfless commitment. Thank you for gracing this occasion, sir. We thank our energetic and enthusiastic director for actively taking interest in caring and supporting the teachers to organizing this event. Thank you, sir, for refining our talents and for being our backbone in our endeavor to make this event successful. Thank you, sir. We convey our thanks to IQAC coordinator Ronald Prakash Kutina for gracing this event. Thank you, sir. We extend a sincere thanks to our Dean of PG Department, Dr. Noor Mubashir, for glorifying this function. Thank you, madam. We are very thankful to all the respected teachers for their valuable guidance, contribution, and to make this program successful. Thank you, one and all. We thank the technical members and all the supporters for the best arrangements for this program. Thank you. The special thanks to Rahil team for beautiful and enlightened invocation. Thank you, Rahil. At last, we thank the shining stars of today's occasion, our PG students, for their enthusiastic participation. Thank you, everyone. At the end, I once again thank all the participants in this auditorium for their presence on this occasion. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. It's time for a break now. I request our dignitaries to join us for a cup of tea. And for the students, we have organized the tea outside of this auditorium hall. Please go, take a break, and be back sharp by 11:45. Thank you. We will see you by 11:45 sharp.
Check, hello, test. Check, hello, test.
I request the students, please come and take your seats inside the auditorium. All the students who are there outside the auditorium, and please sit according to the stream wise. There are stands there which carries the name of each stream. Please sit accordingly.
Check. Hello.
I request discipline committee, the teachers in the discipline committee to please ensure students are inside the auditorium. It's a request to students that please sit according to your streams.
Check. Hello. Test. Check. Hello. Check. Check.
Hello.
Hello. Check.
I presume everybody is inside the auditorium. Please look for your friends who is sitting next to you. You know, look for your friends if they're there or not, and ensure that they're all inside. As we move on to the next session, I'm reminded of a study that said that the success of man depends mostly on soft skills. As Professor M.S. Rao puts it, your hard skill help you acquire employment and your soft skill help you ensure your employability. Kickstarting the technical session with the much need of the hour topic, soft skills are the new core skill. I now request Dr. Oshma R. Pinto, Head of the Department, Department of Commerce, to introduce the resource persons.
It is my pleasure to introduce the resource persons of the session. Soft skills are the new core skills. The resource persons have a rich experience in promoting soft skills among the youngsters. I feel proud to introduce our resource persons. Mr. Roger Joseph Lurshe is an eminent HR professional, MC, writer, and core skills coach. Presently working as the HR consultant at Oracle. He is a science graduate from St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Bangalore. Masters in HR and Marketing from St. Joseph's Institute of Management, Bangalore. He worked for Mindtree, Bangalore, taking up the roles of HR business partner for the travel, transportation, and hospitality, the industry group, and HR business partner for Mindtree's testing service line, dealing with collaboration with the talent acquisition team for recruitment drives. Curated a gamified learning program for campus hires in the Global Learning Center. Employee engagement, employee retention, personal management, people business integration, lateral anniversary increments, rewards and recognition, and people connect initiatives. Further, he is a member of the Young Advisory Board of National Human Resource Development Bangalore chapter and also a member of the Communications Starter for National Human Resource Development National chapter. He hosts Happy HRS, the exclusive HR podcast by National Human Resource Development National, besides several other events for National Human Resource Development. He has rendered many volunteering services to people and organizations. Many workshops are conducted by him on various topics such as public speaking, finding your purpose, the science of happiness, and various other topics he is passionate about. On behalf of all present here, I welcome you, sir. He is blessed to have Mrs. Nikita James as his life partner. She is with us today to share her knowledge